Okay. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I have a camera. I mean, I don't have a Raja's camera, but I have a what I think a good camera too. So, actually, let me monitor this. Okay, so we have let's go with GJ first. Let's go with GJ first. And let me see some. Let me make sure. Uh-huh. Awesome. There we go. Okay, so we have the monthly with GJ. As we can see, we just rejected this. Wait, let me do something else here. Let me sound. There we go. Okay, so good morning. Good morning. I think we have here. Yeah. So we have the monthly on GJ, and we're definitely rejecting the same area, which when we look left was the same place where we're rejecting the structure for pretty much a year. This is January, and for a whole year we just came down 2000 from 2008 to 2019. Same thing happened here, but now the reason why I believe that we have good chances to break above this level, which is 156, is really a key level that everybody knows. Is because we already tapped again and we tapped again. So now we have more chances of just going up. So the weekly, this is something also I mentioned the I think of one of the streams is the weekly had a rejection zone here, really strong one, and we just literally just that's what just happened here. Um, so we have the rejection now. We have a potential, level here on the weeklies. We are on our way to that level. We're definitely on our way. So we have this space to fall down to. On the daily, same thing. And actually now we have this level here. We can move this is closer. I don't know how far it is. Let me see. Yeah. So we have this level on the daily that we're falling to, and when we go to the 4 hour, we have this, literally the same level, and we have this zone that we're just breaking pretty much right now, and that's the 4 hour. Um, Yesterday I got this. I was at the gym and I literally won while I was like I wasn't looking at it. I just placed a sell stop here and um, I won it all the way down to here. I wasn't even looking, so that one was already done. And we have a small zone here on the 4 hour, so we have a potential rejection here. When we go to the 30 minute, actually we are on our way to the downside. Let's see. Oh, this is really noisy between here and here, but we still got the level here. So even though we are like halfway there, it is noisy. Um, you know, I don't really like it so much here, but we already know that we have the uh, Yeah, I mean, we have if we have an information, we just way too close to the level. I mean, if anything, this would be the rest of the entry here. This is actually a continuation entry. Um, I, I'm just, I mean, there you go. You even have the wick. We have the half an hour left, but it's too slow, so not gonna doesn't make sense. We don't even have the space here. Nah, 6 pips. Yeah, so just leaving that alone. Um, this is yeah. So GJ, that's what we have right now. We just have a fall. This is free falling. We can explain why it is free falling, but let me go first to gold just in case we have a good setup. And then we can come back here and explain why there was a free fall. The free fall, I was expecting it, but I really hoped that we would get it during New York because obviously because I trade New York. Like I literally won during Asia, but it was just that little bit over there. But if I would have this would have been happening instead of in New York, then I know this would have been like a runner. So that's okay. So this is what we have. We don't have much left to look at. So let me leave that at that with GJ. We are bearish. Okay, the setup for GJ for me, just if anybody is wondering, I'm still bearish. I would actually wait for GJ to come back up to this level you see here to the left, and I would wait for GJ to come back up, create a resistance, and then just continue going down. That's what I would have been doing, or that's what I would like to do. If not, I'm just gonna let it fall. Um, all the way down to here. There you go. If GJ doesn't come back here, create a resistance, I'm not taking this GJ today. It's just easy. Okay, so gold. Let's do what gold did. I don't know how many of you see my Instagram, but I'm still open here. Right now it's around here. But I took profits all the way up, and I have just one runner left. So this one's still there. It's 100 some pips from here. So I still have that one. But let me close all of that. Actually, let's do a fresh analysis. So we have the monthly, we have the weekly, I'm sorry. The expectation of gold breaking up was really high for me for the same reasons. You look left, each one of those candles are wicks. So it is, this is tapping here, right? And that's many taps. So that's why the expectation to break was really high. But not only that, still the expectation to continue going up is still high for me. Because not only we broke finally, you see, this is way too precise of a level. When you see those things happening, usually, whenever you come back again, then there's high probability that you're gonna break if you have enough liquidity and structure, which we did. For those that like trend lines, you can see it clearly here happening, you see. And I'm still expecting that price could reach, I think here even, like this week. We either end up, you see the candle, this is today, we only have 2 days left. Wait, oh, this is right, why it says 2 days, which is weird, right? Hmm. Yeah, so we still have just today to finish this candle, so we're pretty much done, but we already broke up. So most likely, I would expect price to close around this area at least, or even hopefully just continue the push. Actually, Forex Factory, let's do something. Yeah, okay. So we don't have anything for gold today, but still, hey Chandru, hey brother. I mean, I think it is brother, right? um, what is? Yeah. So that's what we have on weekly. On the daily, we have a rejection. literally at the same level. So this is a really nice level to grab buys, to be honest. Let me mark this. This is the daily, and we literally rejected, yeah, this area. So 4 hour. So the zone is actually deep, but we actually tapped into it. So it seems really attractive still. Oh, this is sales. This is sell, like, this is a sell right now. I think we're gonna, I think most likely from here, we're at least gonna fill out here. Oh, what is this? 20 some pips. What is this? Yeah, because we still have a retest, a pending retest to the wick again before just going up. So this is not bad at all. Not bad at all. It's just there's not enough steam, but I think here, if anybody's looking for anything, I think here right now, I'm gonna grab a small entry here. This is, I mean, to clean of entry. I mean, this, I don't even hesitate on these ones. Uh, it's just a probability game. And we just rejected the zone. And what I'm gonna wait is, let me see the 1 hour before I decide finally. Yeah, this is looking nice. Uh, 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 I know this candle. 11 minutes left. 30 minutes is bearish. Let me see. 5 minutes. 30 minutes broke above, but this is what happened usually when you're countering the trend. You get many breaking above. Only 10 minutes left. Yeah, I don't see a bad entry here. I mean, so has good probabilities. Let me go. I'm gonna counter trend this a little bit against, even so, this is what I'm gonna say now, which is really important. The best entry is if we're like around here and we reject, but this is a small counter trend that I'm taking. I mean a smaller position, but I'm taking it because it's high probability right now. Let me set up the risk here. Yeah, I'm gonna let it run. Set up entering here. It's a little bigger than I wish, but there we go. So you know, you don't even have to hesitate if you see the setup, but you know, the setup has to make sense, and it has to be a setup. So the reason why I'm taking this, I'm gonna let it run, is because we're ready. Obviously, I didn't finish because I didn't want to miss it. But you can see here clearly we have a resistance. We have a momentum break that happened from here actually. But we created a resistance here, so we got it. We have two bearish candles, but we have a big candle going up, which is, what is this? Yeah. Which is what we needed. Most likely, what's gonna happen is that let me see, the new 1 hour. Actually, within the next 8 minutes, we might see the push down to here. I'm already in profit. Oh, now break even. So it looks like I'm here actually. So yeah, what we might see happening is with the new 1 hour, within the next 8 minutes, we should see. There's high probability that we see a push from here to, or at least here, which is where I'm gonna take TP partials and maybe just letting runners if it is that we get it. So I'm gonna take TP here. Where's it? Partials. Here. Where's the freaking partial? Partial. There you go. And I'm thinking just a few pips before, just 1 to 1. That's what I need. That's all I need. And just letting the rest run. Since I already placed my stop loss, okay, now I'm profit. Yeah, I'm in profit. Okay, so that's it. And then I'm gonna TP, break even the runner, and just see if we can get to down here. Because from here, this level down here is where I'm expecting a rejection of the structure if we're gonna get one. And then the bigger, this is counter trending that we're doing right now. Even though it is with the trend for scalpers, because we have been coming down since, what is this, since yesterday. As you can see on the higher time frame, we are counter trend. This is literally a correction. So we just tapped into it. 10 hours left, tapped here. 4 hour, you see, big week to the downside. Everything is pointing down towards this sell. And you just go with what the price is giving you. And how to manage the trade, obviously, if we break above this candle, I'm closing half of the position. I'm still gonna leave it open because I'm expecting a little bumpy road. If anything, I wish, let me see, it's just 6 minutes. You know, we should see, like, if we don't see that big movement now, it's gonna be a little bit bumpy, if any, like, and that's the least that I'm expecting because it is counter trending. And when you counter trend, usually price gets like this, like bumpy, but when it goes with the trend, then you just really have, you know, bigger moves with more strength or anything. If we break above, then obviously this is gonna be canceled, and then the bias changes, and officially this becomes the bias. But that's why I'm going with the sells. We're gonna counter trend this. Okay, so that was the sell. So can you please evaluate on the weekly why it didn't go down? I was expecting to go down previous weekly candle. What are we talking about? Is that gold that you're talking about? Um, Gold, weekly gold. Why it didn't go down? When? You can share, guys. You can, all of you, you can share your charts. Actually, you should be sharing your charts just to, you know, make a habit of having to analyze and get used to it. Um, 2 weeks ago, candle is big bearish candle. Okay, so this is something I learned from Raja, which have helped me a lot. So as soon as I see this, if I see this closing above here, then I'm closing half of it and leaving the rest run. If we break above the 30-minute, even though I have an issue with this, because when the first 15 to 30 minutes of the 1 hour opens, usually it closes at least one 15-minute up or a 30-minute up before continue going down. When you don't have too much momentum, like usually it is around this time. So that might happen, but it's okay. I mean, we're gonna manage one time if that happens. 2 weeks ago, candle, big bearish candle. You're saying 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. This one. Why it didn't go down? Why it didn't go down? So this is what happens with gold. I mean, for me, I mean, this is my experience. When you do this, when you let's go here. Look at this. What is this? Look at this formation. This is a massive rejection on the weekly. You see, there's a massive rejection here on the weekly, and it's not only a massive rejection from here. You also see that in previous 2 weeks, you also got a lot of deep grabs to this side, and this was the last one, and this was really big, and then it actually broke even above all of the other ones, and it actually tapped into this zone level here and ended up being, ended up going up. So from here you had the bias to continue going down, going up, because I know that most likely you saw this structure. You said, this is a higher high, this is a lower high, but now this was a lower high. I guess that's what you're saying, and you thought that maybe we're changing structure, that we're going bearish now. Yeah, but so this is something very important that I've learned, which is not only you have to look at that, which is structured, which is to me the most important thing, but also you have to look at if there is a trend on the major time frame. So if you look at the monthly, look at this. There is a trend, and this is a candle for continuation on the monthly. So if you see, the closure of the monthlies are really down here, but the closure of this monthly is really up here. So now it makes sense that if we grabbed all of this liquidity for the rest of the month, we might end up visiting here, not only here but also here. So major higher time frames always matter a little bit more. It's just that we're not too used to be looking at them. And then the other thing is, this is a small trick that I use in my head. I always draw like a small trend line to see if I can connect correctly all of the wicks of the structure. Yeah, okay, so you missed the monthly. That's it. But if you can connect all of the candles in your head, you can do it on the chart, obviously. That's why that tool is there. But if you can do this and you can see it clearly, that also gives you a better understanding what the heck is going on. This is on the weekly. What I do is that when it makes sense on the weekly, I call this a monthly trend line, which you can see it actually was. So I call them a monthly. Whenever they make sense on the weekly, for me, this is a monthly trend line. And that's exactly what happened. So this matters way a lot. Like, this matters a lot too. So, but the structure on the monthly is let's say, it would be my answer for you. Oh, we're moving down. Okay, good. I'm about to take profit. There we go. Oh, that was fast again. Hey, Tyler, what's going on, my man? Yeah, I don't hesitate. Just because I had to analyze this for everybody, would have been alone, I would have been taking it up here. So I missed. Oh, okay, I'm tipping here. Okay, there we go. There we go. Got it. And now break even, and I'm done for today, guys. I'm gonna let the runner now. That was too easy. Now the runner is up, and we're done for today. I'm done. So the key, yeah, just like Sandra said, the key here is just do not hesitate. It's just oh, I forgot to do this. Right, I always do that. Learning from the man, so gotta do the same. I don't see many people with cameras, which is why I'm not showing you guys. But if you open your cameras, I can open. I'm streaming, by the way. I'm doing the channel too. Yeah, close and just enjoy, man. Um, that's it, guys. I think we're pretty much done for today. That was great. I don't know if you noticed. I've been sharing. Oh, it's gonna go to my break even. Nice. I literally closed here. Actually, at the MetaTrader, I closed here, which is perfect. So if it takes me out, takes me out. What I was gonna say is I don't know if you noticed in the group, but I have been winning exactly at the same time frame, exactly the same time. By before 7 a.m., I'm already done for the day. The whole week has been like that. The whole week, and it's because you can. I'm always seeing this kind of setups, even when they are counter trending. It's about to take me out. Took me out right now because of the spread. So it was here, but the spreads took me out. So I'm done for today. So this ended up being the thing. That was it. And this was right here at the wick. Yeah, that was right here at the wick. So yeah, it was 1 to 1, and we're done. You see, we counter trended. Yeah, go ahead, bro. You can talk, of course. So we're done for today, for me at least. Obviously, we can see whatever you guys want, but on my end, I'm really happy.
Yo, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
This is something I just discovered about last night. It's about, just market data, but I kind of discovered it because I was thinking about how you explain the elasticity zones
Yeah.
and how, how aggressive things react after a while and how further they can really push, the maximum and minimum. And I was looking at the data on GPB retail sales,
Mm-hmm.
and, the thought kind of occurred to me. The data lately has been really good. It can only be good for so much. I didn't predict this horrible data, but of course, if anyone just goes on Forex Factory, they can see there was expected to be bad data, which is what caused the drop in Asian, and then the data itself was really horrible. It's minus 4% for retail sales. But I just wanted to say that real quick because that really grabbed my attention, and this is kind of something that it repeats itself with time, that in December, of course, because of holidays and such, a lot of things rise. People shop more. Retail sales got skyrockets. But then in January and February, when no one really has any money or there's no holidays anymore going on, it usually crashes. So I just wanted to comment on that.
Mm.
Maybe this can help someone out. I like to call this, just market seasonality. We have different seasons, just like time zones. We got fall and winter and all this other stuff. We got seasons in the market as well. So just a little tip for some people. There are holiday seasons, and those affect the market.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, makes sense. Of course. Yeah, it definitely makes sense. I mean, on the technical level, it just made sense. I mean, we have you see this pattern here. I've seen it
Oh
many
yeah,
times.
definitely, definitely.
Two
It's
whole structures rejecting the daily on a weekly zone, which is a big zone. And look at that.
Yeah, definitely. As soon as I saw the hourly closing below 155.5 yesterday, I think it was around during Asian, I took a sell, and I closed at, yeah, I don't know, I think it was like 20 pips. I went to sleep, I set an alert, and then I just woke up and I saw 154.5, and I thought my market ship was broken again, but yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta give.
I think by the way, anybody that missed this, yeah, I'm gonna show. I'm sure that I know where you got it. I'm gonna show the same one. By the way, anybody that missed this, so this is what's going on. If we see a closure on the bearish on the 30-minute, we do have potential continuation to the upside. But it's just that I'm still. So I already explained this, but I'm still expecting a little bit more of. You see this? I'm expecting a little bit more body, and who knows? We might even see this thing. Yeah, we might even see this thing, kind of like ending around here today because this is the last day, right? And but what the only thing that I really that really matters to me is this whole week here to this zone. We just tapped into the liquidity zone, which is major zone. You look left, it's a major zone. The whole thing rejected structure. So if you want to, this is just important to me. You don't have to do it, but if you want to learn something from me, what I've learned is structures. Structures are really important. They matter a lot, a hell lot. Like they matter way too much, that more than you would think. So whenever you see a structure rejecting this a level, it is a zone, and it is a big zone. Usually they're really this big, like whatever big you can, from the closure of the closest structure to the close, like they are this huge. Now the thing is, we're not used to looking at that, because inside of here we make 1,000 times moves because we're scalpers. But macro, when you look at the macro economy, this is kind of like a zone. So whenever we are around here, we know that if we are coming from below, because of what Sandra explained, actually in that channel, the YouTube, thank you for sharing. So that channel and that YouTube channel, I already uploaded the elasticity video. You're gonna find it there. If you see it, you're gonna understand what I mean about the elastic zones, and about what happens when price is below a zone and when it's above a zone. Like right now, we're above the zone. So it is really easy for me. This is based on what I've back tested, many days of back test, the same thing. For me, the elasticity of this zone, I just go up on the time frame, and I just look left. So when I look left, when we are above this zone, and we are coming down, what is the deepest we can go? We already visited, actually. Look at this. We already came. When we coming from the up here, we just tapped into the same zone with this candle. So there's less probability that we're gonna go all the down to here. So now what would happen most likely is that now we have to find the elastic zone for the dailies, or what is the deepest that price can go before it rejects and continues going up. The deepest it can go, to me, if I look left, is actually here. So it can literally come and tap into this zone, believe it or not, and still be bullish on the higher time frame. You see, because you can go as low as this level here and still not break structure. So it's not likely. I would actually expect a rejection of this zone, which is what I said today, most likely, just because it is such a strong zone. But a previous resistance does not mean that it will be a current support. So that one you can actually take notes. A previous resistance does not mean that it will hold as support. It might, but this is a probabilities-based game. Oh, we have a sharing the gold sale on my understanding. Okay, awesome. We have a chart. That's nice. Just do that, guys. Price going down. This is 5 minutes. Awesome. Going down. Price having trouble at this zone. Yeah, same level on the 5 minutes, right? You see, a previous support now became a resistance. Stop loss was above this week, which is perfect. Better than mine for sure. I think so, right? Yeah, it is better than mine. And expected to break, exactly. 5 minute went into that zone and broke the low of the last 5 minutes candle. So I was expecting price to either shoot down or next one to shoot down, which is what did. Yeah, that's what I was expecting. Oh, if you notice, that's what I said too, right? So this is perfect. What did I say? I said the last 8 minutes, I am expecting a big push. You guys all remember, right? That's literally what I said. The last 8 minutes of the hour. Why? Because that's how it has been doing pretty much the whole week. So I am expecting that big push. On the higher time frame, you can see this candle. I know this candle, like I know it really well. I also mentioned that the new candle of the 1 hour was most likely gonna go up, and at least within the next 15 to 30 minutes. And most likely then after this tap, if we're gonna continue coming here, then we might do it now. Do not be like, don't, I wouldn't be, it wouldn't be something weird if I see this closing like this and then the rest of the candles going down. This is actually something normal that I would expect, right? Let me see something. Sharing goals, DNI, DNI. I don't know. Uh, DNI, yeah, great analysis. I just did it based on, on 30 minutes. You guys noticed that I was kind of rushing into getting inside. But it's 5 minutes made sense too. Yeah, yeah, for sure. Oh well, I mean, I entered a little bit earlier, so that means I actually entered like around here by the end of this, based on what I was looking at. But we got pretty much the same move. What is this? Callum. Oh. Yeah, that's elastic. So yeah, yeah. Getting better at goal. Really happy to see profitable trades. Took 30 minutes to hit stop loss. Got hit stop loss. But you took profits, right? This was the level. We missed any. Oh, Maria, nice. Good morning. Missed morning late Parents morning. I missed Joel's move. There will be a short recap? Yeah, you can actually rewatch. Yeah, yeah. But we can recap because I'm not gonna take any trades anymore. Awesome, 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 great. Yeah, we can do the recap. So this is what I looked at. We came from GJ, so we were looking at GJ. GJ, we already said that we were most. Oh, there we go. Look at this projection here. That we were coming down, and most likely we might visit this level here today. Um, so maybe this is the visit here. I'm not gonna take this, but this is the zone that I marked from the 4 hour. You look left, you're gonna see clearly. You see here, actually is around here, so it's actually a little bit more space. So we do have a space for GJ to continue down here. It's just that I would like to see, obviously, as you would guess, I would love to see maybe this candle closing like here, and next candle creating a wick of filling, or maybe this candle is just gonna come down and just visit. So that's the tricky part of it. There's enough momentum still, but that's how I would do it. But anyways, but we came to gold, clear chart, and when we clear chart, I didn't even get the time to mark this zone, but we are as soon as, so this is what I saw. Let's go back, bar replay. This is what I saw. This. So the moment my eyes saw this is a entry setup. I even said it. There's no hesitation here for me. The moment I see this is a setup. Why? Because even though we came from the higher trend, I mean structure, and it was bullish. When we come down, we notice that the daily just tapped into a zone, a big liquidity zone here, but that we are in the middle of a daily structure correction. So that's officially a counter trend that we're doing now on the 30 minute, which is where we, as a scalper, let's say, this is where this is our domain. The only thing that I really care about is where is the 30-minute structure and where is the next 30-minute candle gonna go. So the moment my eye spotted this, I saw the entry. So the entry, if I would have been here at 6:30, like on the dot, I would have placed a sell stop entry right here for sure, like no hesitation about it. Obviously, I ended up entering like 3 pips below because I was late, but I would have been making it tighter there. Why? Because this is a look at this. Just look left always, right? Always look left. You have a lot of momentum. Oh, we're now coming up. That's nice. So that's why you just have to get out as soon as possible. So You have a you have a lot of momentum. Look at this left. Look, big candles, and as you can see, this is London, and this is always when you finish kind of like the London move, and then you have a resistance formed on the 30 minute. Not only one candle, but two. Even though this one didn't close below, it was still, this is a liquidity week. So if we break below all of this now, there's a really high probability we're going to visit at least here, which is where we took profits, right? So, and if you notice, I did it right like a few pips below the closure, before we get to the closure of the candle. Always, this is me, I always do that from experience, because I would try to make it like to here, and many times it would pretty much just get there. Look at this, and I would have missed and then come back to entry many times. So I learned to do literally this, just like 1 to 2 pips before the closure of the structure candle, and that way you're always safe. And that's literally what we just did, even though the entry was like here. It was 1 to 1 literally. Took the same setup first, but placed stop loss above 30 minutes. Later broke its own high and stopped me out. Yeah, so that's the tricky part about it, right? We just said that's the tricky part. When you look left, you might see this, you might have this. So this is the tricky part. You see why? So whenever, this is something I took note for me. Whenever you have the beginning of the first hour of a candle, you most likely will get a deep retest on the 30-minute structure or the 15 minutes. So if you are in right at the beginning of the first hour candle, I try to find a stop loss a little bit more to the left. So pretty much what I try to do is I try to find it within the 1 hour. That's all I try to do, because then you get stopped out way too many times. So like the beginning of the 1 hour candle, if we're gonna go down, is many times just back test what I'm saying. You're gonna notice it. You're gonna see a big wick coming counter trend, like coming against you, and it's gonna even many times break the 30-minute, the previous 30-minute candle before it continues going down. So it's just a visual. It's just something that I noticed. So whenever, which is what happened here. This is the beginning, right? This is the one that started at 6. You could go to the 15-minute and you were tight on it. You were gonna get stopped out. So like if that wouldn't be me entering here, the only concern I would have had is the beginning of the 1 hour. Usually creates this week. So actually, when it is the beginning of the 1 hour, I do this many times. If I'm really like if I feel safe about the sales, like here, I would have been entering like around the middle of the candle here to have a better entry, and then the stop loss would have been above here. Thanks for the advice. Notice that gold does this. Yeah, it breaks those high on the 1530 when it's, yeah, before going to the original direction. You are correct, exactly. So yeah. So that's epa, frankly, ¿cómo está, brother? I'm talking to people on YouTube. Frank Kelly, perdón, a friend of mine, a trader. So yeah, so you have that, and that's pretty much it. Okay, so what else? I think I'm done. I mean, this is the shortest stream ever, right? Unless you guys have any, or somebody missed an entry, or you have any. Yeah, it was easy. This was a perfect Friday for me because I really like Fridays to end like this. What are you guys looking at? Oh, let me explain this one because I was explaining this one to a friend of mine. I don't know if she's here, um, because she's from the market fluidity family. I don't know who called. Is Risky Rodriguez here? Oh, she's not here. Oh, Sammy Rodriguez. Okay, yeah. So this is what we're talking about. Let me explain this, and then I think we can leave at that. Yeah, sometimes I do Fridays. Hopefully, it's Raja doing Fridays. I usually do like some Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's just that, what I do for the people. But yeah, yeah. Let me yeah, let me go through this. So this one was perfect because this one I won this trade. I was so sure about this trade that I actually took this one on both of my accounts, on the swing trading account and the scalping account, both of them. Um, this is this is what I did. Let me show you this setup. Actually, I have it on the swing trading chart too. Yeah, yeah. But it wasn't here. The entry was right down here because I want to be sure. I wanted to be sure, and it was up to here, which is weird because when I counted it, it was like, why did I count it like 60 pips? It was like 58 pips. Why did I grab 58 pips on one of the accounts? What the heck happened? Oh, I think it was because I placed it here. But why it was it 50 pips? Let me do something. Wait. Let me use the calculator. So one of the accounts did TP was 1552 minus because I want to be specific, 155.522. What is this? Only 20. Oh, it was 27 pips on this account. Oh, I thought it was more. Okay. So let me put here the entry price and all of that. So it was maybe because I see a big amount. Oh, it's because I used bigger lots. Wow, that's how sure I was about it. I usually don't do that unless I'm really sure or feels that the probabilities are really there. The entry price was 155.396. The profit level was 155.755, and stop loss was 155.755. Yeah, this was the 1 to 1. Yeah, exactly, 1 to 1. So this is 1 to 1. So this was the swing trading. I think on the scalping one, I did it. I did a bigger one, if I'm not mistaken. On the scalping one, I actually went farther to 54. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So on the other one, why did I went so far? Like on this one, I went to all the way down to 54.96. Wow. What was I thinking here? That's an interesting thought here. Oh, this was the one that gave me all the pips. 967. 967. Oh shit. Oh wow, that was a really nice one. Oh, I see. That's weird. Maybe I made a mistake. This should have been the move because of the daily. Now I remember. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Look at this. Yeah, the wick. That's why. I didn't correct. So you see, I didn't correct this on my swing trading MetaTrader. So I pretty much missed like half of the move on my other chart. Would have been making way more money. Would have been so nice. But on the scalping one, I actually made a really good move here. So anyways, this is the setup. So let me explain it really quick. Look at this. Um, I just said about the structures. I really care about structures rejection, right? So the zone is between, so the bigger zone here that I really cared about was between this wick and those wicks down below here. Now, there's not many times when it happens. It's so beautiful, which is when GJ gives you a really specific level, and it did here. What I call a really specific level is this is what you can people call uh, supply and demand zones. You can use as a term. You can use liquidity zone. You can call it whatever you want. To me, this is just a really important zone, and whatever name fancies you is always gonna be okay as long as you're profitable, right? That's what I always say. Um, but this, I love it because look at this, the precision. Whenever you look at this tab and this tab to perfection, you have a perfect setup for a sell stop. So that is why this is painful. Could have got a new air fryer. What is this? Oh, nice. Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. This is now moving. Yeah, yeah. So I created this self stop like I remember it was I think at around here. Yeah, this is the 7:30. Blah blah blah. We had the opening of New York. It came up. The moment it came up, I when it broke above here, I grabbed a scalp to up to here, and I'm not gonna lie, that one I had to leave, so I left it open. I didn't TP here. So what I did was just for me to feel safe, I entered here, and the stop loss I moved it to break even, and it took me out. So I pretty much didn't win anything here. So just me being transparent. So I had the opportunity to make profits, but I wasn't looking at the charts. It just took me out. But I would have been taking profit. If I would have been looking at it, I would have been taking profits here, obviously. But I did have this sell stop. This sell stop was just one pip below the deepest candle. Why? Because if you look left, look at this. This is beautiful, and you're gonna see this when this happens. It's a gift from heaven. Because I've been winning this since 2019. This specific setup, and this one was one that I actually only traded. Like for a while, I only traded this only. But the problem was that I didn't have many entries. So, but I only traded this. Whenever you see price on the 30, on the 4 hours or whatever, bouncing inside a, like you see like a box like this one, and it makes, and you go to the higher time frames, and it is a level. Look at this. You look left. This is the top of the structure of the weekly. This is really important level, right? So we already know that the top and bottom of structures are really important. Now it is a really important level. You have liquidity wicks on the daily, and you have the 4 hour looking like a mess, right? It looks like a mess, but this is what we call consolidation, right? This is sideways. It doesn't this doesn't matter. What matters is if we tapped the same zones many times, and we did. We did one, two. We did one, two, three, four. That's all that matters to me. Now, the moment we have this, such a strong consolidation, so there's a really high probability that it, and especially, like I said, this is not too many. This is not too often that you have such a perfect zone. This is perfect because you have the same level for the rejection. You have the perfect entry. So you can backtest that one if you like. But when you backtest it, you're gonna see that whenever we break below, we break with momentum, and that usually. So let me explain. I remember 2019, 2000, a little bit of 2020. Every single one of these, I would win when I was sleeping. Every single one of them. It was like in London. I do remember that. That every time I would woke up, I was already done trading. So pretty much my trading day was Asia, and I would wake up and I was done. Like I could just do whatever I was gonna do during the day. And many times what happened because I wasn't so good at scalping is that I would just lose the money in the morning. I would lose it on New York. Like I would make the money while I was sleeping, and when I was awake, like I was way better when I was sleeping than when I was awake, which is kind of weird, right? So, which also gave me a lot of information about emotions because I noticed is my emotions were my biggest draw and my emotions were my biggest enemy. Why? Because I was getting scared out of trades that when I had a clean mindset, when I was cold, when I was calmed, they made sense and I would just get out of them because I was scared because just one week would come against me, and then I would close because the pain of me seeing the red, right? So emotions were my enemy because when I was asleep, when I wasn't looking at the charts, I was so much profitable than when I was looking at it. So I stopped the habit. What I did was what I did today. Remember what I did today? Oh, there we go. Remember, guys, look at this. Look at this. This is what I was talking about. I mean, if anybody, oh, there you go. But that was the tricky part, right? We just said that then most likely the 30 minute was, if most likely was gonna be something like this, and we're about to tap here. That was the song for GJ. If anything, you should have been looking for the 5 minute entry, which was all of this. It's just that oh, there we go. Let's see. I was saying what I got the habit into doing. Perfect. You executed on the 1 minute. Oh, yeah, sure. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, perfection here. Structure here, retap. So on the 1 minute, this was the main level here. Perfect. And then, yeah, the entry was here. This big candle here would have been the entry. And we still should see a tap here. So because we have so many 1 minute, we might see on the 1 minute coming like up here. I would guess. I'm not so experienced on the 1 minute, but I would guess we're gonna have a visit here before kind of continuing here. Yeah. Okay. So what I got into the habit of doing, which many of you, even when I'm trading with Raja live, oh, beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. We're above here. Oh, so we got out perfectly. We got out here. Oh, wow. I love it. Like this, I really love this. Look at this thing. So now the bias is officially kind of like bulls. But I love it that we just got out at perfect time. Like we literally got out at a perfect level. I love that. And we got in late. Look at this. We catched we just catch the counter trend, and this is why you get out of counter trends as early as possible. So that's another thing. Okay, that one you can take notes. So some of them, are things that I use for myself. Some of them are really important that I think anybody should know. You do not counter trend and leave runners and expect runners to go all the way. You try to get out as soon as early as possible. That makes sense, obviously, and then you leave the runners because the counter trend is the name says it all. I mean, you are counter trending, so you have way more probabilities that this is gonna go up than it should that it is gonna go down. So this being gold, I would not be surprised that we just tap into here and from the resistance we just come down all the way down here and end up the week here. I wouldn't be surprised. But my point is that if you're gonna grab anything, you should be looking for something that goes with the higher time frame. Now, as a scalper, this made all the sense in the world, right? Because we had the formation and price taps usually into previous zones, so that made sense. But still, we have and we know the fact that we are counter trending, which we have been repeating over and over. So I got into the habit of doing the following. Whenever I saw a setup, and this is key. So the most important thing is, hey, bien, Joel, estás con los de market fluidity. Sí, sí, brother. Whenever you take a setup, you have to have, and this might be the most important thing, just have to have clear rules of entry and exit, and period. And all that matters is that you have clear rules about entry and exit, and that will save the day for you, and that will take away all of your stress. You have clear rules. If you execute, which I did, I had a clear rule about how I was gonna go out and how I was gonna stay in. So I already had the expectation. That one comes from experience of watching the 1 hour, how it's gonna close the 1 hour. I love the ending of a 1 hour candle, especially this one, the one that ends at 7 a.m. because usually it gives you the sudden move. So that one I was expecting. But other than that, I had a clean entry rule. The entry rule for me was really clean. I already had a momentum candle. I had a formation. I go with the previous trend. Leave it open. Exit rule, stop loss here, but I try to manage risk to make it more efficient. What is the other one? Okay, 15-minute already created this big wick. that was my that was a really important thing for me because I knew that most likely this is the important one, and we had this one. So when this created this week, I didn't care so much that it broke above the previous 15 minute because this was the new 30 minute. So I was expecting for the new 30 minute to create something like this. So that's why I said if we break above the candle after the so this is something important too. After the candle creates a wick against you and it moves in your favor, then you have the new manage, the new level where I'm gonna manage. This is for me. This one is just for me. Okay, I now have a new level where I'm gonna manage risk. So the moment I have a big enough wick that is at least more than half of whatever the body of the previous candle was, which this did because the body was so small, then now I have the new level where I'm gonna manage risk. So I already said it. Like if we break above this wick for a second time, I was gonna close half of my position. Still not gonna close the whole thing because I was gonna wait for the 15 minute to close. Because if the 15 minute closed bearish and it has been doing so, then I'm still gonna stay in unless I see a 15 minute closing bullish. Now, if a 15 minute closes bullish for me, and it is after the half of the 1 hour candle. I know there's a lot I'm saying. For me, that I don't like. I don't like it. Like if we are we're past 7:30, and I see a 15 minute candle going against me. Usually, I don't like it. It is context based, but most of the times I don't like it. So that didn't happen here. I'm just saying way too many things, but it's just things that I have in my brain from doing this a little bit more. But this is gonna save you the stress. Once you have clear rules of entry and exit, psychology is gonna become your friend. Let me see. So I hope that GJ goes crazy. Pullback with New York Open. Let me see what you mean about crazy. Sandra, I'm waiting on that pullback too. Just what woke up and missed possible entry. Patience key. There you go. Here. Patient. I think GJ will end at 24 flat. Yeah, it has space for that. This is the daily here. By the end of the day. Not talk all you want, bro. We're here for a reason. Oh, thank you, man. Let me see the chart to see if that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense all the way down here. Oh, you mean here? Oh, we tapped into it before. Well, so if I was yeah if I was gonna be trading anything, I would look left. Look at this candle here. You see that wick here, and you see the body's closing here. This would be a more safe entry level for me. Yeah, so I would actually safer TP for me today would be 150. Yep, it would be around here. You see, even the closure of these ones are here. But yeah, the elasticity zone level is around here. But I usually go with the safest one. So I try to tap as many candles as possible. I would say this level here. This is what, like 15? Yeah, that would be my target today. If I was looking for sales. And yes, we have space for that. You look at this. We have a tap here. We have taps here. And we have tap here. So that's perfect level for me if I was looking for sales. Higher time frame. Oh, look at this. Now I can do this. This is a 4 hour. Tap here. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. You see this? Liquidity to the same zone before continuing, but also, grab, fall. So same zone. So that means that here you have this. You have a zone here. You have between here and here. You have what I call a 4 hour. And that's it. This is for anybody new to my charting, what I do is that my white charts are for swing trading, and you see, and here, and my black charts are for scalping. and this one is done for. Look at this. So this is good. Look at this. As you notice, this is the level, but if I was scalping it or anything, this is why I always do like 1 to 2 pips before we get to the zone that I mark. Always. I always make sure that I'm going to take the money. Always. This is the reason. And it just happened with gold too, right? It just happened with gold. Same reason why. You see? If the level was really here, let me look left. I try to make it a few pips before. I mean, you got the point, all of you, right? As I said, yeah, I had to learn the hard way. Samjan, my friend, how's it going, my bro? Let me see what's going on here. Yeah, that is a zone. Yeah, that is a zone for sure. So I have a concern with that zone here. This is like a sell stop. Uh, it is a small zone. Yeah, it's a zone I don't like so much, but it is there. Let me look at it. Let me look at it here. Wait. What are you looking at? You're looking at the daily, right? Is it the daily? Yeah, from here to here. Yeah. So let me explain this thing. The reason why you see me that I moved the TP all the way down here, but I exit here, number one, because I knew I wasn't gonna be looking at the chart. That's number one. If you're looking at the chart, yeah, you can definitely stretch it as much as you can. Uh, what is going on here? Yeah. So if you can stretch it if you're looking at it. If you're not looking at it, this is what I would tell you. If you want to do what I do, look left and look where did price reject it previously, even if it is a sudden move, like a sudden drop like this one. And it rejected here and rejected here. So for me, the zone was here because we have a tap into this zone. We have a big wick that even came all the way down to here, and this big wick did the same thing. So pretty much what I did was grab this. I wasn't looking at it. Maybe if price was gonna reject, it was gonna reject here. So that's the reason why the drawing you have here. Um, I wouldn't be feeling and the stop loss. That's a good question. I think I think Sammy we're talking about the stop loss. Yeah, stop loss. Let's. So how did I set up the stop loss? Okay, look left. Look at this. This is what I do. I look left, and if the price is gonna break below the zone, now I treat it with the same concept from elasticity zones on my head. I treat it the same way, which means that once we break below, if we're gonna fall, where's a good level where price will not. If you notice, I had a bigger stop loss because this was one of the setups. I don't. This I was riskier on this one. I really don't like. I don't know why I was so risky on this one. But on the other one, I can tell for sure where the stop loss is. Would have been on the two. Yeah, would have been here at the wicks. That would have been my stop loss. So you either look left and see where is it that when candles go up from below it's gonna reject. That's a safer one. Or you look from where we just broke down. If we break down, where is it that candles are creating a small box on a smaller time frame? So you go to 15 minutes, you're gonna find smaller time frame zones. There you go. You got it here. Look at this. You see this? This is your stop loss. Look at this. Let me move it here so we can all see it. That's the stop loss. That's the stop loss. Okay, bye bye, Maria. That is the stop loss. Same thing here. You see, this is the stop loss. If you're gonna have a sell stop, that's the stop loss. That's it. This is how I look at it. Let me move this. Okay. Yellow circles are price of interest. We're in a bullish trend. We used to. Oh, this. We're about to open New York, right? Uh, Trend reference point for more liquidity. I think that is used to reference point previous. We will not most likely repeat. Yeah, exactly. Also, by the time we reach, I would 154. I would have already secured 15 pips. Yeah, so I'm not interested in below that. Yep, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Which are pretty much zones for me too. This 1 hour. Yeah, it aligns. Yeah, we're looking at the same. We just have different names. It's yeah, it's like so. This is how I see it. It's like language. In Spanish, you're gonna have a different word for the same thing. You're gonna have a different word for keyboard in Spanish than in English, but it's the same thing. So it's just the language that we're using. We're trading. We're pretty much seeing the same thing. So this is 30 minute going inside the box again. GJ is kind of rejecting. Okay, so let's redo this before I leave. And I think somebody from the other group that is here wanted me to analyze Bitcoin. I still have to do a Bitcoin analysis. So there's one that I have to do in Spanish. I think today, before the week ends, because crypto is really important how the week ends. So I might do it here in English and then do another one in Spanish later. Okay, so is that CBDC statement something to worry about, the white paper? I haven't read about it, to be honest. I do know that they are launching their CBDCs. They already. I think they're already in play, to be honest. Let me see. They're already in play, but I don't think they're gonna be able to do much about crypto. To be completely honest, there's not too much they can do. It's not opening here. What? Oh, there's a PDF. What isn't it? It's not opening. Oh, it's downloading. Okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I have to read on this. Yeah, the CBDCs. Yeah. So there's a good video on this. Got to read it. There's a good video on this. Let me find the guy because I think you're gonna. Oh, so the same way you guys love Peter Schiff. I have another guy. I think you guys are gonna like him. Let me tell you who this dude is. Um, Gammon, I think is the name. Let me see. Should have it here. George Gammon. That's the guy. So I think you're gonna like this other one. So Peter Schiff and George Gammon. Love his analysis. Really good ones. Really, really good. He's really good. He explains everything with a whiteboard. He's friends with Peter Schiff, you would imagine. Even though Peter Schiff is anti-crypto, but I still love him for capitalism and all of that. But he's got a really, really, really nice analysis, and he's really smart. So take notes of this guy. I think you're gonna love it. He explained the CBDCs a long time ago. He was the one that I found out about that because of him. I think it was last year. He had a really nice video about it and how that's gonna work. And he sits with you and he reads everything that matters about the topic directly from the Federal Reserve documents and all of that, and how him as a, you see, as a analyst, but he believes in Bitcoin. Obviously, it's not that he believes in Bitcoin. It's just that he's not as closed as Peter Schiff. Obviously, I don't think anybody can be as close as Peter Schiff. Okay, let's. Joel, gold if didn't close above the weekly level, can expect downward. What about your thought? Gold. Yeah, yeah. This is a good rejection. 4 hour inside the box here, because I want to understand more about stablecoins. I don't want my money 24/7 in Bitcoins. Yeah. If you're gonna, so this is my, I've said this one. I'm confident about what I'm about to say. If you are concerned about having your money in big and crypto, but you want to keep it in crypto, if you want to keep it in crypto, you have two options. Either you're gonna put it in a safer, quote unquote, crypto that long term you're gonna grow, then that would be Bitcoin and Ethereum. But if you don't want the volatility, the most important stable coin to this day is USDC. USDC. Yeah, USDC. You have USDT, which is the most used one, and the most, USDT is literally like the dollar. It's literally sitting on nothing, on just faith. USDC, though, has been audited, and it has been confirmed that every single USDC has a dollar backing that up. But USDT is, dollar is fake, we know that, and you have then the USDT, which is fake, so you have a double fake. Maybe that makes it real, I don't know. But if you're gonna save any money, it's gonna be USDC. That would be the money. That would be the stable coin I would use. That's where I have, anything I would save, I would save it there. Hey, good morning, Rafa. Yes, it's widely accepted, sweet, entirely inflation, no real back into it whatsoever except the hype. Yeah, USDT, that is. USDC has been confirmed to have the actual reserves on dollars. That's the Coinbase. That's the Coinbase crypto stablecoin. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. 5 minutes to close. Um, so this was the one for today, but let's see what's gonna happen here. So let's see how anybody looking for a trade today. If I was waking up now, what I would do. Let me see. 30-minute. Nice level here. This is a nice level here. This is a whole zone. So look at this. If I do this, look at this. Tap, 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 and this wick tap in the same place. You see this? So that means this is a zone, and is a big one. So this is tricky. But the cool thing about it is you can actually do, what we learned from scalping with market fluidity, right? Which is actually, yeah, I also teach that to my group. So you can actually grab the bodies and create like within zone movement area, let's say. The real zone, I know it is here. I know that now. I can see left, wick, wick, wick. I know that. So I wouldn't trade so confidently inside of this if it is not in the favor of the trend, which in this case it is. So then I would feel safer about this thing here, which is, this is the 30 minutes. So now we are with the trend, with the higher time frame. So that's the only reason why I would, feel more confident about doing this. And maybe chasing from here to here. If I were looking for anything, I would be looking for maybe buys around here. I just follow what the price is telling me, right? That's what the price is telling me. Actually, I'm a little bit, curious about Wait, let me see something here. Opening a few other meta traders. Today, nothing has happened here. Okay, yeah, let me end this stream because it's about to be 8 a.m. So this is what I'll be looking for. If I was looking for anything, I already catch the counter trend. This is a with the trend, which is good. I would be looking for potential buys. The only thing that you have to keep in mind, which is not so, I don't really like it so much. We do have this movement, so this is good. This is good for anybody looking for movements, and especially with the trend. This is really good, to be honest. I do not like the fact that I know that the limit of this zone is around here. That's the only thing I don't like. We are at the limit. So I would say, you know what? This is good because what I would say is anything that breaks above here, should be a good buy, good buy entry. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, it makes sense now. And 50 minutes is kind of closing bullish. Yeah, it is. 5 minutes is painting it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go. That's the buys. Actually, quite beautiful one. So whatever your setup is, I think mine is kind of like playing out a little bit here. 2 minutes left. Um, Usually, I don't like this type of candles so much if they are against a resistance, and this one is actually against a resistance, but it is above a previous resistance. So in this case, it would be nice if this next candle comes down again, flips as we flip. That would be my entry, but it has to first come down. If it comes up first, oh, it is a.m. Oh, I was gonna say unless it is 8 p.m. Okay, 8 a.m. So okay, so you have the New York opening, which is actually in favor. So that's the only times when I would actually do not even care about a liquidity wick. If we're opening New York or NYSC and you already created a wick. So that would be the only times where I would actually do a counter candle. I've talked about my entry setup, the counter candle. I mentioned that many times. I would actually go with it, even if it doesn't create a lower wick, just because it is 8 a.m. This is a messy, noisy area, but you had this sudden move. So, if you're going to continue going up, it would make sense that if you enter here, you TP here, you see, clearly you see it here, previous even levels here. So your stop loss would be closer for sure. I would try to make it closer. TP here and then leave a runner. And honestly, if you get to catch this would not be the runner. If you get to catch this, runner should, like, for me, runner is just wide open because we have the monthly to fill, we have the weekly to fill, we have a lot to fill, so we have a lot of space. Not only this, so a runner, if you get it, if it plays out, it would not be here. Now, the only concern I would have is if NYSC wants to come grab liquidity down here to continue up. That would depend on what I'm looking at. Look at this. Just closed here. This is 1 hour. The 1 hour closed really nice. Okay, so you see, yeah, for this 1 hour, the perfect setup would not actually be without the count. So yeah, looking at the 1 hour, I would actually prefer if we create a wick. So I would not do what I just said. So if you notice, I make decisions based on what is going on the higher time frame. So 1 hour is painting me this. I would actually prefer if we get a wick, another wick on the 1 hour to this same level, or even, yeah, the same level, and then we flip. Look at this. 1 hour looks beautiful, even though it is a entry. I would prefer this 1 hour to tap into here before continue going up, and then we might enter at the flip or might enter at the break, either whatever you like. uh, that's what I would prefer. Let me see the 5 minute. And then remember the other thing. If we're gonna go up, we might have, even another 15 minute going up, and then another one going down, and then the final. I mean, that's usually what happens. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but usually you want this to go down first before it goes up. Already created a little of liquidity here, which is good. So now if we go down deep, now at the break of this might be a good entry. It really depends on what's ends up forming here. I don't do 1 minute. Okay, so what are your thoughts on the crypto market? What is coming next for the week with the Fed rates? Yeah, Fed rates. Crypto market really don't care so much about it. I mean, people might say it does. Crypto just follows crypto, which is this a market with it's unregulated for the most part of it. It's already regulated, but just for the most part of it, it is unregulated still, and a lot of new traders, people really don't care about the Fed. There's a lot of new people, a lot of institutional money now. So this is what I'm gonna say before I leave. So if you go to the, let me do this. Let me go to Bitcoin. Look at this Bitcoin down here. We broke above. I grabbed this to perfection. Got out here, and look at this. So this is something you can do over and over and over with crypto. You can check on, look at this, round numbers or specific key levels. Like right now, if I would have been in Bitcoin, Bitcoin really looks like it's not gonna hold anymore here, right? So it really looks like we're gonna come downtown. Look at this, even the 4-hour structure. So this is over. So that's why you get out a safe zone. Why didn't I leave this open? Because I know we're on a downtrend on crypto. If I would have been on an uptrend, I would have just taken profit, leaving a runner. But now I knew we are on a downtrend, which we are. Now, why? Just look higher time frames. And this is maybe the most important thing about crypto. The most important one. And the only thing I care about, at least for me. Okay, so for me, the most important thing about crypto is the weekly structure is all that I care about, and that's all. That's all that matters for me. I don't care about anything else other than the weekly structure. Yeah, well, I mean, we have enough now because we're on the downtrend. So if you're gonna go on the downtrend and take advantage of it, keep in mind, I think we're gonna visit 30,000 really soon. Might even happen this week, actually. So anybody that's holding Bitcoin, you're about to see a 20% drop on your Bitcoin value. That's really, 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 really high probability. So just keep that in mind. You are about to see a drop. Look at this. The break of the level, key level 40,000 is happening right now. So you might see a sudden move. You see, bam, 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 wicks. Yeah, whatever crypto you're holding should see a really big hit. Look at this. Red market. Yeah, so this is what matters to me. Whenever you have a weekly reversal or a weekly formation, you have a trend. That's all that matters for me. That's it. So, because the market is so new, whenever you have a weekly trend, you have a weekly formation, then you have a trend. That's all that matters. For example, the moment we closed below here, I knew we were flipping to a downtrend early on. The moment, and the same thing happened here. The moment we did this, and we closed here on April, I knew we were flipping, but also I do remember the daily gave me like a warning. So I actually took out most of my profits up here. I remember around here. So the moment it did this and it started doing this again, you see, and it started to break the structure here against the same levels here. I do remember closing out, and then when we came up here again, I remember taking the rest of my money here, right? and it was perfect. Why? Because and that was the second confirmation. The moment I saw this structure and we revisited here, I do remember everybody getting excited, just buying a lot here, and that's exactly where I got out because this was a break of the. I can draw it like this if you want to see it clearly. Look at this. There, you have a level of structure. You see the weekly. So the moment you break, then you're done for it. You're now with a downtrend. Like I already grabbed 40K. Yeah, I grabbed 40K and I sold at 43. So my next level to buy Bitcoin is 30,000. Literally 30,000. I can safely buy 30,000. I expect everybody expects 30,000. So look left. Whenever you look left, what this is weeks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whenever you hit 30, it bounces. So what the question is, what are the probabilities of price coming to 30 and just continuing dropping are really low, really low probability. So I can safely buy. I'm not giving advice. This is me. I'm safe buys 30,000, no problem at all. Just to just move up. I think gold is gonna be the buy is gonna happen, right? Oh, there you go. That's the buy. Right there is the buy. Look at this. You got the wick. Oh, look, this is beautiful now. You see, this is the wick and this is the counter trend. This is a counter candle. That would be the buy for me. I explained that. I mean, anybody that want to be grabbing catching anything, that I already explained that one. Just that the stop loss would have been here. I would feel safe on that one. No problem at all. 15 minute, anybody that grabbed that here earlier, even better. That should move, no problem. I mean, probabilities for it are really high. So I would be taking, so you see here the stop loss at the wick. Like I said, I would be taking TP maybe around here. Oh, you got 10 pips? Yeah, this is a perfect setup for the buys. Anybody that I'm not, by the way, I'm done trading today. I'm just saying if I were trading, this is the setup. This is the one I would have been trading. I would have been taking TP around here, partials. And it should tap here, no problem. And then I would leave everything running. Actually, just a few pips earlier, maybe here, to make sure. Yeah, 1-to-1. That's what I would be doing. There. TP, break even, leave the runners open. Because if it's gonna move, it's gonna move. So even the analysis played out. Even the analysis played out. You see, you had the wick and you have the break, but you needed this wick. I needed this. I mean, I needed that wick. That wick was the main thing. Remember what I said about that wick tapping the line? We tapped the line, we flipped. So you have two entries. I mean, I had two entries if I wanted it. I had either when the tap and the candle starts to form bullish, or at the break of the 15, which would have been even safer around here. And then that would have been the entry. And there, that would have been another win for me. But as you can see, so this is the only thing that I can say. As you can see, I already have a setup. I already have a plan. So I'm not stressing out. Like if I enter here and he comes and taps me out, I'm okay because most of the time I will win this. Same way I won this, same way I will win this. So I feel the same way about every single trade. So what I mean about I will win this is if I lose, most of the time I know that in the long term I'm winning. So that's all. Yeah, I'm also gonna finish here because that was that was the move that I was expecting. So that would have been the setup for, you know, anybody that came in late. That would have been, for me at least, that would have been the buy. You see, tapped. Now maybe it's gonna take you out, if anything, if you did this or whatever. But that was the move. I mean, the other move that would have been taken now. Yeah. So two okay, okay, my man. The We have two successful trades today, let's say, or a trade idea and a successful trade. That's me. I had a sales on the counter trend, and I had a trend with the trend setup explained here, either with the close, either with the candle entry, or the 15-minute entry. The counter candle entry was the one that I explained before it happened, and the 15-minute, you can clearly see it too, without being on the break of this. So I really hope that you had a successful day too. Who else traded before we leave? Anybody took trades today? Be careful with this, okay? So it should have been breaking even and stuff, because this is a dangerous area. Remember, this is a zone. Yeah, Samjan, you took sales. Nice. Yeah, yeah. I remember you said it. So we had only Sanja here today. Awesome. I mean, what matters is that we learn, right? From everybody. Everybody was sharing, and that's what matters. Okay, so I really hope this helped anybody in some way. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Most likely going to be uploading a full Bitcoin and crypto analysis this weekend, but it's going to be in Spanish. So I already did a little bit of Bitcoin in English here, so that should be good enough. You already know. Just look for the weekly structure, look for levels, and I think Bitcoin most likely is going to keep dropping. But there you go, guys. Have a great rest of the weekend. Do not overtrade. If you had this one, or you lost around here, whatever, and you had this successful one, I would call it a day. That would be me, at least. So have a safe weekend, safe trades, and do not overtrade. See you all next time. Ending the stream.